This update is so good you are playing.
I want to keep this video without mentioning any names to avoid offending anyone. We all make mistakes, and in my last video I discussed how bad the Deepwoken update was, and in the comments I saw a part of player base actually supporting the crazy nerf for Shadow of Water, with many different opinions emerging. This is exactly what got to me. So for all those who aren't deeply invested in the game yet so have really harsh reactions, I'm laying down some facts. It released alongside the Shrine system in verse 2. On December 23rd, 2022, it completely changed the game's direction into a more min-max battleground type of experience and became a core mechanic. You can't deny that these changes made the game completely different. Even though Shadow of Water was initially unthought out, the devs nerfed it multiple times. They removed mantras keeping their level after shrining, they added a limit of 25 stat points per stat for distribution. Before you could shrine 100 to like 30, saving you 70 points. Though this didn't really apply to tournaments, which was quite above for hybrids. And then they nerfed pre-shrine array that were seen in every build. I'm recording this part 2 weeks after beginning to work on the video, like day before dropping it. So yeah, they actually fixed the most major mistake with these nerfs being a posture problem. And now even if you are affected by having 40 strength pre-shrine, you got your sustain back. But my point will still remain the same on all those flat nerfs or very bad formulas where talent is just negated by shrining. Yeah, this should never be like that. And also subscribe before we continue. And after that, there was quite some silence. For the next 1.5 years, it all remained unchanged, not granting any huge gameplay shifts. And since it originated then, you can say it killed the game. Did you see any build other from Atomic Medium right before later 2 released? I don't think so. Those 60 points opened many doors for hybrid builds, giving them actual sustainability and the ability to fight alongside mono-attunement or attunement builds. I can't call this update a big nerf to hybrids since they still have access to some cards and can reorganize their pre-shrine setup to become better after wiping. It's still a bad move for the project overall, which is already struggling. For those who want to tell me you can make attunement as OP as it was after Shadow of Water nerf, let me show you. Yeah, it's like literally the same thing, but you replace Jet Striker with a Dawnwalker, because as of right now, Dawnwalker is a free Jet Striker, which is even better if you have Nemesis because you can confirm it. This is very controversial since everyone experiences the game differently, but if we rely on statistics and the recent Chime meta, which was mostly 3 builds with one honorable mention, Atomic Fist that was thankfully taken care of, Gale Katana and Atomic Medium. Let's start with Gale Katana from those two. It allowed good combos with Spectre Path, enabling move stack Katana Crit with Phantom Step. Its mantras offered a more offensive playstyle, making it quite a bit better than Atomic Medium at some point, but with how the Gale changes, the Spectre Path is pretty much done, so we can say it was also got taken care of. Now for Atomic Medium. As you've seen, I recreated the build after the Shrine nerfs and it's still as OP as it was and really pretty much untouched by any game-changing nerfs. So what I'm trying to say, it was never about the Shrine of Water but a specific combination of things. Let me give one really good example. If you especially do some ganking, it's the fight of Zako and Crimson Kaido on Lower Arisia that was really recent. It's a perfect example of how some combinations break the game's principles even after the Shrine nerfs. I get that some of you left the game in March 2023 because of how the game's direction swayed, becoming overinflated with Radiant Kick users, but time passes. Yeah, that's what I want to tell you guys. The game was bound to have same destiny as their previous project, Rogue Lineage. Even though Rogue is way more PvP related than PvE, all class build-based games eventually reach a point where you can't keep it casual. They had to change PvP aspects, introducing Shaky Block to prevent any infinite parry trades, and adding shrines so people could perfect their cards with the stat allocation. I get that you always saw check of all trades concept, but it's honestly too late for it to be introduced. People have already adapted, it's been too long. Of course, this update won't kill the game, but it's like removing a knife from your body while you're still bleeding. The game needs to make all high investment paths actually worth it and utilizable, because some are affected 50% by shrining, and some aren't even affected 10%, which is really logical. I can tell you how Dax chose these killing nerfs and why they're the way they are. Something like Unwavering Resolve gets a flat 50% nerf for being even 1 point under the requirement, while something like Ghost gets a 20% nerf that doesn't really matter for such a talent. This is because he went through all the meta builds and pre-shrine rules. He saw that most meta builds choose to go 40 strength, 55 charisma pre-shrine for like maximum effectiveness, and since the magical resolve nerf was from Agimatsu, not Dax, it just proves that Dax didn't really look at the other stat points, which are now becoming the new pre-shrine meta. So basically, this update just changed the pre-shrine meta. Instead of granting the jack of all trades balance you all thought. This is why I was trying to debate with you guys. They either need to equalize all pre-shrine nerfs or remove these very stupid flat and negate type interactions with the shrine, especially for mandatory talents that a lot of builds have. It makes no sense for a talent to negate itself if you're just 6 points over the smallest shrineable amount, making it very impossible to use post-shrine. I hope you guys now understand the full problem with the update and we see eye to eye. I still can't understand how some of you calling me egoistical when I listen to pretty much everyone's opinion without any bias, didn't use a single insult or a bad word except for this sentence where I was a bit rude. If you enjoyed this, subscribe and like. Have a really good day, guys.